Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. In the last episode, we set up the fuel distribution here in the southern half of the map to actually get the fuel out to the cities. So, set up freight line heading into Alda. The train will then be able to bring the fuel back here, which it is working on doing and actually has done. And then the fuel will load on cargo trams to run into Anor Londo, and will also get loaded onto the aircraft, which is already happening, to fly back over here to drop off here and then hop on another tram to head into Minas Tirith. So all of those cities are now being served. Now, in the comments, it was mentioned that, since it's so easy, you might as well just hook up Grand Prairie as well. So I went ahead and did. I expanded these roads. This road here, because I could. Reworked this road a little bit, brought it in, and we're now going to distribute fuel there. Because that is where the fuel wants to be. In this area here. This area here. So that's going to cover most of the fuel demand in the city. So Grand Prairie is hooked up to fuel now as well. So the next project is machines for Edoras and New Londo here. So we have most of the components, as I was mentioning before. We have the iron, we have the coal, we can make the steel. We even have the lumber mill to make the planks to send here. The problem is logs. Because the only unused forests are in, well, this heavily forested area of the map. This forest here at Fort Joy, the forest here at Star City, the forest here connected to Riven Rock, and the forest up here that I guess is Alamigo? Eincrad says. Oh well. So, these are all fairly far away. Now, what I was kind of considering at one point was to try and transport this over land and water. So that I would create a land transport route, because this is a relatively gentle part of this slope here. So we could try to get down this hill with some switchbacks on a train, and then get it to the coastline, throw it on a port, or use that port there, and then put it on some ships, bring it over here into Grand Prairie, and then set up a train to get on the cargo line, and then run cargo over to here. It could work. It could work fine. But, it's fairly complicated. We have a much simpler way of doing it, and that's by doing it by plane. So, this airfield here can be expanded. This airfield here can be expanded because it only has one runway, so we can make that bigger. It's going to take some work to make that bigger, but we can do it. And then we can hook up multiple forests. Perhaps even all of the forests. And bring logs into here. And then fly them. Now, as I said, this airport will need to be expanded. You guys are already moving planks. Well, that would be fine. Even some planks may move through the system. Who knows? Once everything's all kind of interconnected, the stuff kind of finds its own way through the system sometimes. In ways that you don't even expect, which is kind of actually some of the fun of this, is just all of a sudden realizing, hey, wait a minute, why are they moving that there? Oh, that works. So, if we're going to expand this airfield, we're going to have to relocate this train line. Not impossible. Not impossible, just a little pricey, probably. But, you know, we've got $2 billion in the bank, so I'm not too worried about price. How are you looking? You're actually making profit. How about that? Looking a little rough, though. Yeah, conditions very bad. I'll probably have to see about refreshing that, giving that a refurbish. But let's just see if we can kind of get this train out of the neighborhood first. Now, what are you carrying, just out of curiosity? You're carrying food, a grain, and you're carrying some tools. Alright, for the food processing plant. You've got a bunch of rock and some food. That train's heading out with a bunch of rock and some food. So, yeah. It's making a ton of profit, which is really good. Alright, are you far enough out of the neighborhood yet? Probably? Definitely, but at this point. Alright, so we're going to pause it up here. And then we're going to start tearing out some track. That was a tree, not track. There you go. Okay. Add a runway. Done. Add this guy. Done. And the passenger terminal is over here, so I want... Oh, no, that's a cargo terminal. The other terminal I want to put over here. There we go. Oh yeah, and we're gonna need a landing. I'm gonna put it kind of the same direction as the others. There we go. Now that means that this is gonna have to get brought back even further. All right. And I may have to make some tunnel. Because that's actually using up a lot more space than I anticipated it would. I thought for sure there'd be enough room. I mean, I guess I could move that a little bit further, and then there might be enough room to kind of squeak through there. But let's see what I can do. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. So that'll throw it into a tunnel right about there. Okay. I don't want it to go too deep. Will it not let it go underneath? Or does it need to go deeper still? So you want to bring it to level. Hold on. It is still coming out here. No, you can go under there as long as it's deep enough. Which we might have to go even deeper. Man, how deep does that have to go? Well, then we might have to go deeper faster. But I don't want the slope to be too steep, because then it'll cause trouble with the train. Something's still not working out right here. Alright. So we did one. There's two. That's as steep as we can get. There we go. Okay, and now I want to try to get it back to the surface. Okay. There we are. And now, how is it going to get there? Because it's got to come into that station. Oh my. It's got to come into that station there. Okay. Alright, let's try again. I don't know what that was, but I removed it. May have just been a rock. Alright. Now, what I want is to bring it back to the point where it has cleared. It has cleared the airport terminal there. Too much slope. Okay. Plan C. Which is actually kind of my plan A, but a modification of it. Oh, come on. This was one of my larger complaints about the first game, and one of my continued complaints about this one is underground construction. Is a pain in the butt. What you need is kind of a layer filter to turn off stuff on the surface so you can't interact with it, and give you a better view of the underground. Kind of like what they do in City Skylines. Alright, so this means that this road is going to get relocated. This is turning out to be a far more complicated project than I had anticipated. Alright. There we go. Now. I don't know if I want it to be fully downward sloped. Now, which one of these tracks is that? Okay, so actually it'd be best to use this track. Is that the right kind of? Yeah, it is. We got autosave going. All right. Here we go. There. Now, bring you down to the surface. Kind of cut it as close to that as we can. There we go. And then slide into there. Okay. Now we just gotta get the road back in. And it has to have electrified tram track. Which was a problem I was having last episode, was I kept forgetting to turn the electric tram back on. Alright, so, yeah, that's the right kind of road. Electric tram track. With the bus lanes. Yeah, there you go. Besides, this also makes the road straighter. Now for here, I want to get across that bridge pillar collision. So just switch to something that doesn't collide. There you go. And then here, bus lane on. Connect that through. Air freight. Why are you saying there's a problem? I did not delete a station. I did not delete a terminal. Okay. That's very, very odd. Okay, add a station. No. Don't use that terminal. Use the other one. Oh, I can move it. Use Terminal 1, please. Thank you. Now, what is your problem? Actually, it makes sense for you to use a different terminal. I'll allow it. Now, the thing is... actually, no, I can put another terminal over here. That'll do. Okay. Alright, no more warnings. Weird. Alright. I did not expect that to use up 2/3 of the entire episode, but it did. Alright, so now we need to bring logs through. And I can either use the existing train, or I could use a new train. That's a lot of bricks. That is an absolute ton of bricks. It's running a full load. We probably need to put a second one of those trains on there. Clone it. Okay, so I think I'm going to make this a dedicated line. If we're going to put that kind of trains on there. We'll try and reuse the same stations, but we'll make this a dedicated line. With some trucks. Alright. So here, we're going to configure. Now, do I want to double track? I probably won't yet. But man, I need to rework that a little bit. But I want to make sure that I leave room to have it double tracked. If I decide that we need a second train. Oh, it also reminds me, I did tear out some signals when adjusting this. I mean, it shouldn't really hurt anything, but I'll go ahead and throw them back in. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna bring it around past here and to there. This is becoming a pretty serious length of track here. 5 tracks. Pentatract. Alright, and then here I'm going to throw in a bypass. Though it can become a terminal. Well, it is a terminal, but for now we're just going to bypass it. But it can become a stop at some point if we need it to be. This is starting to become like a main line. So we're throwing everything onto this. All right, so we're to there. Then we'll be configuring this guy. I'm gonna have to put like a specialist train on this line whose sole purpose is to carry bricks. I'll see. Okay, we're actually going to have to use that same entrance there and then split off. Collision with the road. Well, in the battle between the road and the train, the road's going to lose. Here we go. And the game can rebuild it on its own if it wants to. Alright, So, this will then need to continue on here and then arrive at this station there. And actually, we'll probably want it to continue on to here? Maybe? Yeah, continue on to here, and then we'll set up some sort of road transport from there to there. And then we're going to truck logs from here to here. We'll truck logs from here. I could truck logs from here to here. Or I could do a separate road from here to here. Now, maybe from here to here, because there's already sort of a road there. It'll be just a matter of routing a new stretch there. Bringing them in. And then we'll truck logs from here to here. We'll truck logs from here to there. And then we'll have one train which will bring all the logs, pick up logs from all the stations, and bring them here. And then we're going to have, well, a lot of planes to move those logs all the way across the map over to here. We're going to have to build another airport somewhere. Probably here? I would prefer that it be directly in catchment. What I might have to do is do some landfill. That's too far away. I could do it there. Yeah, that would probably actually be the best spot for it right there. And then I kind of fill in that chunk there, here, so I can drop in the airfield. And then make planks. Alright, but we'll go ahead and work on that more next episode. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.